With the shock of impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust. That's when the sound was heard by the witness and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that's when it was abducted by aliens. And that is how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky came to be. They're playing that drum a lot. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could have only been you. Still so calm. Acro's playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? I didn't know we needed that in a court of law. In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. She's already proven one of those. Let's be honest here. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. I love my gavel. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there could only be one possible murder method. But there still is something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, let's use that to get out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claim. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Okay. Unraveled the trick. So are we talking about... Okay, so are we still talking about the contradiction with the hat? Maybe? I think that's what we're hinting at here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they were talking about. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. The symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Moe's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually on the bust. So Moe didn't miss... Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? As the cloak magically flies on again. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the bust, onto the front of the bust. It means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Moe didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order, order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. It doesn't look like she was. Oh, he's still calm. Still so calm. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Well... Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster, and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems like this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I need to get some popcorn. This is getting real good. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Oh man, not even a 5-minute, a 10-minute. I thought it was usually 5 minutes. I guess he really wanted a 10-minute break. He's gotta go to the bathroom. You think I think he brings his gavel to the bathroom with him. I can imagine the judge doing that. Defense lobby number 5. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus. Unbelievable. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. My. He's just a little twerp, isn't he? Well, that's one way to put it. Hey, pal. Oh no, it's Gumshoe! Oh, it's actually been a while. You're gonna ignore me after I went through all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Now why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Ho. Well, if you insist. Now, about the evidence you mentioned. What is it? Here you go. This is... yesterday in Acro's room? The result of our investigation. You can look at it later. Won't Von Karma be mad at you for doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. Von Karma looked like she was in a pretty big hurry, though. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were put into place. Final plans? That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Judgment comes at the very last instant. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm going home. What did he mean by that? The very last instant part? Everything he says seems pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. Eh? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Wow. And now we get to watch him drink all the milk for an hour. The court is now in session. Shall we continue our proceedings? Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor? Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Ugh. About the Ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the Ringmaster of the Big Berry Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the Ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Wait, was that it? That was extremely short. Huh. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think Acro could kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that? Mr. Wright, shame on you. Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the Ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Well, there's nothing to question on that, though. That's the problem here. When I looked at that, I didn't really... I mean, what evidence do I even have against that right now? Like, especially against what he said. Because it's pretty much true. That's pretty much his backstory right there. Now, we do have the Lion, Leon the Lion, who bit him and his brother, and pretty much killed his brother, quote-unquote. I don't know about... I don't think I can question anything here, though. Like, specifically here. I hate pressing buttons like that. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? Why was the Ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I already know the answer already. Oh my. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. What was Acro's motive for killing the Ringmaster? How about it? Can you explain that to me? I don't know. See, the thing about this that confuses me, it's like, I don't think he actually, it's sort of in a way, like, why would he want to kill Russell? Like, I could understand him wanting to kill Regina, but Russell was his father figure. So, well, yeah, pretty much a father figure to him. And was really important to him and his brother. And I doubt his brother would even want him to do that. And you know, it's more like you would expect him to try to kill Regina, obviously, because definitely, especially the way he talks about her being so cold. So for Russell himself, I don't think I can provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Your foolish attempts to fool us with foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes. That sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target. That night. What did you just say? So he was... Okay, so he was gonna try to kill Regina, wasn't he? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murder plot was not the Ringmaster. He did not plan to kill Russell Berry. What? Order, order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack someone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Smack them very hard.